everybody. Today, I want to do a check-in for the Divine Feminine, and I know primarily it's Divine Feminine energy. We're not talking about gender. We're talking about feminine energy, not gender. I know primarily it's the Divine Feminine that watches these videos that have to do with the twin flames. And if you haven't seen any of my videos before, it's never my goal to just feed you where the Divine Masculine is. My goal is to help you come in to alignment with yourself as Divine Feminine and balance, and to help you focus more on yourself and your journey and connecting with the divine, so that you're elevated to that level, that vibration that will assist your masculine in his own growth, as well as magnetize to you for those who are supposed to be in union in this lifetime. So I've really been feeling like I want to try to figure out a way that's different to help the feminine on the journey than what is the typical stuff that's out there. Because although some of it is very good and there are things out there that are very helpful, I know from my own journey that it's easy to get lost in all the information out there for the Divine Feminine, and it can create a lot more confusion and even possibly make the journey harder. Anyway, let's draw a card and let's see what comes up, and we'll go from there. So I've already pre-shuffled. So thank you, Divine Source, for using me as a divine channel to bring forth the most beneficial, most needed information for the Divine Feminine on the twin flame journey, focusing on what the Divine Feminine needs at this time to assist them to become the most balanced, the most aligned with who they are as they're moving forward. Okay, I think I got two of them here. Wow, interesting. Okay, we got flexibility, and courage. So I'm going to read these, and then as I read these, I will feel into what I'm guided to help out with here. I just have this feeling there's something specific that needs to be shared, and I'm not quite sure what that is. So the Willow Spirit, flexibility. This card encourages you to be flexible in your life. Be willing to bend and even yield. There is power in doing this as a choice rather than as a forfeit of your will. Even though there are times to stand strong, sometimes the greater valor is to go around a situation rather than face it head on. By being adaptable, you can succeed, whereas someone who is more rigid may not. In rough winds, a strong oak tree may break, while the willow can bend without snapping. Adjust to the life rather than fight it. Surrender to the process. As the willow can weather storms, so you too can weather life challenges. There are many legends regarding the willow tree. It often has association with gods and goddesses, such as Hecate, Artemis, and Mercury. In ancient Athens, it was the practice of the priests of the Asclepius to place willow branches in their temples in the belief that it would draw mystical healing. The willow was also sacred to poets, for the sound of the wind through the willow was thought to influence poetic expression. In Celtic traditions, the willow has always been known as the tree of dreaming, inspiration, and enchantment. The spirit of the willow says, be flexible in your life, be willing to bend rather than break, be amenable to change, and you will flourish in wonderful ways. So, what I'm feeling about this is surrender is the word I keep hearing. Surrendering to the journey, surrendering to whatever your journey is, and allowing it to take you on whatever winding path is what it feels like is there. Not feeling like everything is black and white is what I'm hearing. Like everything has to be a certain way, or be done a certain way, or end up a certain way. I'm feeling like that's a resistance, and that is what this new moon was about, is about energies coming up with us wanting to resist old patterns coming up. Wow. And I had an epiphany today, this morning, a little while ago. Kind of some old stuff surfacing, and I had forgotten that that's what this new moon was going to be doing, was bringing up some old patterns stuff. And you know, have you ever like worked on something and worked on something and worked on something, and you think you've gotten through it and you're done with it, and all of a sudden it's there again? It's because we go deeper and deeper and deeper and learn more and more and more about it. And so it, in certain times, it comes back up because it's an opportunity for us to heal even deeper. So I feel like surrendering to whatever it is and asking for help. You know, like this coming back up for me, I'm just now having this realization as I'm doing this. This, what came up for me today, I need to ask for help. I need to ask my guides and the archangels to send me some information on how I go about healing this, because it's here again, and I thought I had worked through healing it. So surrender and the being willing to bend and not having to have something be so black and white is what I'm feeling about this one. So the other one is courage, and courage is number 3. Courage, the aspen spirit. This card has shown up in your life today. It brings a message of courage, protection, community, and the ability to face and overcome obstacles in your life. Know that you are protected and you are safe. You are ready to step forward with courage and grace, no matter what seems to be blocking your way. The Aspen's network of root is a sign that you should be open to support from others. Combine your efforts with like-minded individuals. You don't need to do it all alone. This may be a good time to bond with people over creative projects or a community endeavor. In Celtic tradition, the aspen was associated with community, endurance, and protection. The Celts chose the wood of the aspen tree to make their battle shields, to protect them from spiritual as well as physical harm. It sheltered the soul from the deepest fears. Aspen was thought to be the teacher of fearlessness and carried a message of strength in facing the unknown. The spirit of the aspen says, the energy of your inner spiritual warrior is ready to step forward to face any challenges or blockages in life. Be willing to accept help. Be fearless. I find it really interesting that both of these cards are related to trees. The willow and the aspen. And it feels to me like we're really being called to get grounded. I mentioned the other day, it wasn't on this site, it was on my other site, when I was talking about, if you haven't gone to my other site, it's at shift to new earth. And the other day I put up about the new moon information, and a little part of that was about there's so many planets in Gemini right now, and Gemini is a mutable air sign, and so it can tend to bring scatteredness or scattered, even confusion kind of energy is what, and it affects everybody that way. And so it's a time that you want to really work at grounding. And interesting that two trees came up, because what comes to mind for me is grounding, that the feminine energy right now needs to really work hard at staying grounded, and keep doing the work, keep doing everything it takes to keep you moving forward on this journey and not get stagnated. Have courage to face whatever comes up. Something else that I really have been feeling a need to talk about is that, and I've always said this, it's about the journey, it's not about the relationship. Of course, we would love to be in union with our masculines. We would love to be in a physical relationship with them. We are always in relationship with them. There is communication going on in the 5D. We're assisting each other in the 5D, through our dreams, through telepathy, in different ways. And then sometimes we have the interactions in the 3D. What I was really being called to share was awareness that love and that connection is unbreakable. no matter what we do or where we go in our lives, that connection is not breakable. We're of the same soul, so it's not something that can be broken. And if you are a divine feminine on this journey, and you have moved through a lot of your lessons and done a lot of the healing and a lot of the growth, you've had the courage to do that and the flexibility, then you know that in your heart of hearts, your heart and soul, that you're always connected. And that the focus needs to be on you. The focus needs to be on you doing the healing for you, not to bring physical union, not to guarantee anything, except for that you become the highest potential of your soul that you can. And, you know, my journey with my masculine has not been easy. There's been heartbreak. There's been times when I think about certain things and I question why things happened the way they did. And there are times when I have very clear understanding, not times, I do have very clear understanding that I'm more valuable than to be in a physical relationship with someone who does not give equal reciprocity, who does not share in the relationship in the way that I do is not the right wording. In a way that there's equal exchange. In a way that I'm receiving as much respect as I'm giving. I'm receiving as much love as I'm giving. I'm receiving as much of whatever as I'm giving. I've grown very much in that I see my value, where at one time I think I didn't even understand that I didn't value myself enough. That's growth. If you've gotten there, then you understand that's growth. If you haven't gotten there, know that you must value yourself above all else. You need to be number one in your life. You need to do what works for you, not anybody else. And until you do, you can't show up fully for anybody else. Just as they can't show up for you if they're not doing it for themselves. And I also feel like if you're coming from your heart and soul, and you know that connection, the depth of that connection, the understanding that it cannot be broken. If you're having any feelings of resentment or anything, because of what has happened on your path with your masculine, then you still have healing to do. Because until anybody, and it doesn't have to be a divine feminine, divine masculine, twin flame relationship, if you are triggered by anyone in your life, there's something that's being mirrored back to you, that's being reflected to you, that's saying to you, you need to look at this. You need to heal. And it's our job to have the courage to figure that out, to look at it, to say, what is it in me that I still need to heal? That I haven't healed, that I'm reacting or I'm being triggered by whatever it is. If this video is triggering you in some way, ask yourself why. Why am I being triggered here? What do I need to look at? What do I need to see that I need to heal yet? Because nothing that she says should be triggering me. And this is with every relationship in your life. Every relationship in your life has purpose. If you are in separation, as I am, from my divine masculine, there are other relationships showing up to help you see what it is that you still need to heal. And I guarantee you, they're showing up for the divine masculine too, because we are mirrors. How many of you are aware of the similarities that you have in your wounding? I bet if you're aware of it, there's a lot. And you can look at your masculine and say, he needs to heal this or he needs to work on this. Well, if he does, there's got to be some aspect within you that either you have worked on and healed or you are still working on and healing. Or maybe you haven't even realized that you need healing it. I think this is a message that I needed to come across with. And it's definitely not my goal to trigger anyone. It's my goal to help you to become more in alignment with your journey so that you can heal and not get stuck or be stagnated or just not even know what direction to go in. I've been there. It doesn't feel good. And we go through peaks and valleys of it. We can be doing great, and all of a sudden we have a valley and we're just like, okay, what's going on now? Where do I go with this now? And maybe even get stuck there. And that doesn't feel good. You know it doesn't feel good, but you don't know what to do about it. And I've been there. I know what that's like. And there have been people in my life that I've reached out to for help when I've gotten to that place of being stuck. Thank God I have people in my life that I can go to. And if you need help, if you're in that place, I am a transformational coach. I love helping people. And I have all kinds of training and all kinds of different modalities. I have all kinds of abilities. And I'm available if you need some help. You can set up a session. I don't have a website right now. I let it go last year. and haven't gotten a new one up, but you can email me and we can talk about what you need, and I'll let you know, when we could do a session and what a session would cost. I think that's all of it today. I think that's the message. So I hope you found this beneficial. I hope you found something in there, a message somewhere in there that was beneficial and helpful to you. And until the next time, sending you lots of love, many blessings. Please like, share, subscribe. And my email is listed there in the description box. Thank you, and have a great rest of your day.